Every star, near and far, waits for us to just reach out and accept them. Ever since the beginning of his stay in the afterlife, far into the end of time and beyond the existence of the living world, Cynkz could recall that poem. Often, he would venture to a secluded spot in the open to look up into the perpetual night sky. His gaze pierced the thin, invisible layer between his world and the universe among the stars. He could hardly remember anything before the end. Yet a simple poem weighed heavily from the very beginning, though its original meaning had long been lost. Just as lost as he was, and just as lost as the world and life he once knew. Having lost whatever memories he had of his earlier life back on Para, the world of Poe, he knew of little else to do but wander forward in dull rot. He appreciated the time alone to think upon the past, reflect upon his schemes and tricks, and laugh at prior victories and defeats, even if they mostly revolved around his plays and pranks in the afterlife. To a long dead soul bound to the nether, the depths of Munderworld, time was all one had, and paradoxically, the most valuable of resources. "Cynkz! Hey, Cynkz!" A sharp voice cut through the silence. It was welcoming and echoed across the starlit fields. "Why does your name have a Z in it anyway?" The little voice followed the slow reveal of a friendly imp through the dark night as it approached. "People are going to think I'm talking about a bathroom sink or something when they hear me yelling for you." A miniature, husky creature presented itself to the stargazer. The light tone of its voice made its presence cordial, despite the little imp's coarse skin and scruffy impression. Small bony hands and small hoofed feet stood out from its round body. The deep red skin of its head and torso blended into a deeper brown fur. Its wings stood out from its back and were comically tiny. From any given angle, one hardly noticed these appendages flapping helplessly to keep the round body afloat. Its face, a bundle of rough and soft edges, signs of many lifetimes spent in joyous pranks, coincided into a pleasant expression. "I knew I'd find you here, Cynkz," the imp said, his voice toppling with glee. "How are you tonight, little friend?" The stargazer replied, "I'm well. But what are you doing out here again? We Muns like the dark, but this is a bit much. Your black braid blends into the dark of night. Yet you always find me so easily." Cynkz took a moment to think to himself, pondering his friend's words. I don't know why he always says, "we Muns," when he knows for a fact that I'm not one. Perhaps he does it to be endearing, to help me feel included with him in whatever group he sees himself a part of. "Your pasty skin kind of gives you away. It reflects the starlight like a red-hot beacon." It was true, and Cynkz knew it. A slight chuckle slipped through, pushing his cheeks up into his eyes, nearly closing them. Cynkz could not remember much, but he could recall the lessons of his old career in the pole world as a court jester. He retained most of his worldly appearance in the afterlife. His tall, lithe figure, the way his clothes tapered down from his shoulders to thin wrists and thin ankles, the deep red and purple harlequin pattern, the colors of which were so similar in shade that they nearly blended together. His black cloak with its velvet red interior caused his silhouette to pop out to the viewer's eye. His pointed hat followed suit. The deep red exterior's pointed edges led down to his sharp, pointed jaw that tapered toward a thick, black scruff of pointed hair on his chin. His black hair billowed out from beneath his cap into an excessively long braid that reached down to his feet when standing. The constant back and forth of sharp angles and blending colors of his outfit contrasted heavily with his pale skin and black hair. Such opposing elements forced the observer to look at him for just a bit longer than normal to truly make out his form. This was one of the many of the gesture's tricks. Those extra seconds of looking at someone often made them that much more endearing, a staple in methods of charm and beguilement. Cynkz looked back to his friend and noticed he was doing just that, getting in those extra few seconds of staring. "It's always a pleasure to see you in good spirits, Cynkz,"